Well, welcome back, everyone. It's time for another reading from Papa's Comic Books and Coffee. Okay, let's see who decided to drop by today and give us a visit. Will you look at that? Marvel Comics Group, Conan the Barbarian, number 100. Should be a good one. 60 cents from back in 1979. This is by Roy Thomas and John Buscemi. The story in here is Death on the Black Coast. Don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay webpage, papas-comic-books. Also, hit that subscribe button, please. And if you like it, give me a like. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, okay? As you can see right there, date stamp, April 26, 1979. All right, let's get to it. Death on the Black Coast. Once again, Bullitt's pirate ship, the Tigris, ranges the Western Sea and the villages of Kush-Shuta in the jungle night. Well, we're here, women, this place which has haunted your dreams these past nights. The rightful sovereign of us, Asgulon, has given up the throne in Shem to become once more the queen of the Black Coast. I, my lover, we are. And would it to a Juju and Ishtar that we were not. Her Shemtish eyes, narrowing velvet looks at the verdant vine-tangled scene before them. This is the river Zankara, which is death, Cameron. Its waters are poisonous. It's said, I see how dark and murky they run. Only venomous reptiles live in that river. The black people shun it. So you told me once before when we passed its mouth. You said then there was a story you would tell me sometime. And so I did. And surely the time has come for you to hear it. Not long before you joined me, I was pursued, a hated stigma galley down the Kushite coast. I anchored in this very spot and waited, for the jungle was so forbidding. I was certain it would soon be forced to turn back. Days later, the galley did come floating down the dark waters, but its decks were blood-stained and deserted. Only one man was on board. He was stark staring mad and died gibbering. The cargo was intact, but the crew had vanished into the silence and mystery. My lover, I believe there is a city somewhere in that river, for I have heard tales of giant towers and walls glimpsed from afar. We fear nothing, you and I. Let us go and sack that city. Excuse me. Conan's up is all the agreement the ship pirate needs. It matters little to him where they stand or whom they fight. Thus, with its battle-thinned crew, the Tigris rounds the mysterious bend which shuts out of Sish of the sea. And sunset finds them forging steadily against the sluggish flow, avoiding sandbars where strange reptiles coil. Once an inhuman voice is lifted in awful mockery from somewhere far off, the cry of an ape. Bellet says, Conan, do you fear the gods? I would not tread on their shadow. Hey, you can get a fruit pie. Hostess fruit pies. What of your gods? I've never heard you call of them, for only swear by them. Their chief is Crum. He dwells on a great mountain. What use to call on him? Little he cares if men live or die. Better to be silent than to call his attention to you. He will send you doom, not fortune. He is grim and loveless, but at birth he breathes power and strive and stay in a man's soul. What else shall men ask of the gods? And what of life after death, my lover? I know not, nor do I care. I know only this. Let me live deep while I live, while philosophers brood. I live, I burn with life. I love, I slay, and I am content. Yet the gods are real, and there is life after death. I know this too, Conan of Chimeria. My love is stronger than any death. My heart and soul are welded to yours. Were I still in death and you fighting for your life, I would come back from the abyss to add you. I am yours, Conan, yours, and all of the gods and all eternities shall not sever us. What the devil? The lookout. In the judo's name, help! I'm coming, Loboto. Conan's great sword news through the trunk of the gigantic serpent, and blood drippings down the nails of the monster swaz flare out. Then still gripping its victim, it falls to sink into the river, coil by coil, lashing the water to bloody foam, in which man and reptile vanish together. He's gone. Do not blame yourself, Amara. There was nothing you could have done to save him. Amara is the name by which Conan is known along the Black Coast. But now I will say what I held back from saying before. Turn back, Belit. There is unknown powerful evil in this hellish place. You say that, Nayaga, who lived for years among civilized men. Very well then, my mentor, I'll not turn back. Yet I'll have no man with me who does not come willingly. Magorab, you others, what you say. We respect our aged shaman goddess, but we stand by you. Then so shall I. The matter then is settled. We go on. Conan holds his peace, but thereafter keeps the lookout watch himself. However, no other horror comes crawling up from the murky depths in that night. And as dawn whitens over the jungle, he sights the black fangs of the towers jutting up from among the decaying walls and vine-choked trees. It's a ghost city, but such have been known to hide real treasures. It hides more than that, woman. Look closely at the spired column in the midst of the ruins, the one atop the marble pyramid. Something sits there. At first I thought it a mere statue. But then I saw it move. It's alive. It's a great bird, says one of the warriors standing in the bows. It's a monster bat, insists another. It's an ape, says Billet, matter-of-factly. Just then the creature spreads broad wings and flaps off into the jungle. A winged ape? Better we had cut our throats than come here as a haunted. For once you're disappointed in Nayaga. Guide her. Soon the pirate galley tied to the crumbling wharf. And within moments, the corsairs make a picturesque sight among the ruins over which broods a silence and sinister as that of the sleeping serpent. That must have been the temple of the old ones. Look, you can see the channels for blood along the sides of the altar. and even the rains of 10,000 years have not washed the dark stains from them. You've a good eye for blood, I'll say that, but who were these old ones you speak of? I know not even a legendary in this city mentioned. But look at them Manilaws hold either end of the altar. Priests often conceal their treasures beneath such sacred stones. 4 of you lay hold and see if you can lift it. I'll need 3 of you to help me. Goddess Amara, the handholds are somehow not cut out for human hands. We can manage it all the same. Now, when I say heave, no, wait. Now what? I heard a serpent hiss at the Gracia of my lover. Come here and slay it. I heard nothing, but all right. The rest of you bend your backs to the stone. I don't see a thing, woman. Are you sure you... Heave, corsairs, heave. By Ajuja, the altar is turning suddenly. Turning its side, what? At the great stone revolves, there is a simultaneously grinding rumble above, and before they can escape, the looming tower comes crashing down upon 4 warriors, burying them beneath the broken masonry. You knew of this, girl. I merely suspected, so I employed a ruse to lure you away and let your own men be killed. The old ones guarded their treasures well, and I would not chance losing you. Conan says no more for no words of his would bring back man back to life. But as the stones are cleared away, and the senses that his subtle changes has come over his mate since sight in the lost city, never before was she an uncaring or of the corsairs who serve her so faithfully. Then, as the last stone is rolled away, Ishtar, there is the crypt beneath where the altar stood. Diamonds, emeralds, sapphires, gems I never seen before, not even as a child in the palace of Asgalan. I'll buy my own country with these, and this is the best treasure of all. Conan notes only that the long string of crimson stones Beled has pulled from the stove look to him like clots of frozen blood, strung on a thick gold wire. Goddess Amara, behold, the devil ape, rising from the decks of the Tigris. Never mind that, make a litter to the bear that jewels these bags. Where the devil are you going? To look at the galley. That thing may have knocked a hole in the bottom for all we know. Damn. Well, that flying demon has staved in our water casks. We were fools not to have left a man on guard. We can't drink the river water. I'll take Nagara and some men and search the jungle for fresh water. Bella stresses back to him vaguely in her eyes, the blank blaze of her strange passion, her fingers working at the crimson gems on her breasts. Very well, I'll get the loot aboard. The light around them changes swiftly from gold to gray as Conan and the warriors head off to the single file through the arching green branches. The spongy ground slopes gradually away from the Zakara as they plunge deeper and deeper into the waving jade-colored depths. But still there is no sign of water, either running stream or straight pool. Halt, Nagara. What is it, Amara? I'm not sure. Thought I heard something as if I were being followed. You and the others march straight on till you can no longer see me, then stop and wait for me. Yes, Amar, but take care. Conan watches with admiration as the stalwart black corsairs go forward out of loyalty to him, superstitious though they are. Yet when they vanished from sight, he hears nothing else. Suddenly now everyone realizes that the very air around him is present with an alien and exotic scent. Something gently brushes his temple as a cluster of curiously leafed stalks with the great dark blossoms nods at him. The black lotus. He recognizes that flower whose juices is death, and whose scent brings dream-haunted slumber. But already he feels a subtle, irresistible lengthy stealing over him. Even he can barely hear the rattle that emerges from his throat. Megara! Instantly, the jungle about him dims before his eyes. Nor does he hear the terrible screams which burst out into the far away as knees collapsed and he pitches lumpily into the earth. And above the prostrate form, the great black blossoms nod in the windless air. In Conan's mind, however, the winds blow, clouds disperse, and a huge city rises out of the banks of the wide river, flowing through an illimitable plain. Through this city, more lavish figures cast in humanity's mold, yet distinctly not men. Winged and heroic propositions, they resemble man only as man in the highest form resembles the great apes. And when they rear their colossal city, man's primal ancestors have not yet risen from the grime and the slime of the primordial seas. These beings are mortal, though their individual spawn of life is enormous. Then the great river and its shore region alter. Plains turn into the swamps that stink with reptilian life. Where fertile meadows once rolled, forests rear up growing into dank jungles. Terrific convulsions shake the earth, and the nights are lured with spouting volcanoes to fringe the dark horizons, the red pillars. An earthquake shakes the highest towers of the city, causing the river to run jet black for days with some lethal substance spewed up from the subterranean depths. Many die who drink of it. And in those who survive, the drinking begins change subtle, gradual, and graceful. They have been winged gods, become pinned demons, with all that remains of their ancestors' vast knowledge distorted into the ghastly paths. Their race dies fast now, but cannibalism and the horrible blood feuds fought out the murk of the midnight jungle. At last, among the leeching growth ruins, their city only a single shape lurks, a stunted, abhorrent perversion of nature. Now, for the first time, humans appear 50 warriors out of prehistoric stigma. Defeated by the stronger tribe, they have fled to lose themselves in the green ocean of the jungle and river. Exhausted, they lie down among ruins where red blossoms bloom once in a century to have beneath a full moon. And as they sleep, a hideous foam creeps from the shadows to perform weird and awful rites about and above each sleeper. Around the Stygian's crimson blossoms glimmer like splashes of blood. Then the moon goes down, and the eyes of the necromancer and red jewels set into the ebony of night. When dawn spreads the bright veil over the rivers, there are no man to be seen. Only a hairy winged horror that squats in the center of the ring of 50 great spotted night hyenas, beasts that point their querying muzzles to the ghastly sky and howl like skulls in well. Now, scene follows scene swiftly. Black men come to the river in skull-frowned boats to flee or else die screaming as vamping eyes blaze readily. There are grisly beasts beneath the moon, across whose scarlet discs a bat-like shadow incessantly sweeps. Okay, I think we're going to end it there, and we'll finish the second half tomorrow. So far, that was Conan the Barbarian, Death on the Black Coast. It's a double issue, number 100. Once again, You can get this book and others on my eBay page, Papa-Comic-Books. Give it a like, give it a dislike, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. But until next time, as I always say, that was easy. Papa is out.